Hello, I'm Mr. Howard Yu. Today, I'll be revising the plant system with the P4 student here. So as you know, this year is 2026, and most schools in P4, they started with this topic, plant system. So plants is we see every day, right? We need to know the different parts of the plants. Firstly, the roots of the plant. Where are the roots? So most of the plants, the roots are underground, right? They are under the soil. Next, above the ground, you can see the stem. The stem is visible. So later we'll learn about woody stem and non-woody stem. And the leaves. The leaves are very important because they are responsible for the plants to make food in a process called photosynthesis. Next are the flowers. I'm sure many of you like flowers, right? If you want to admire more flowers, visit the Flower Dome in Singapore. And also in my YouTube channel, there's one part where I experience this majestic visit at the Flower Dome. So you can visit my YouTube channel to see the Flower Dome. And as you know, fruits don't suddenly appear. Okay. In primary five, you will learn the pollination of flowers. When the flowers are pollinated, they are fertilized. The fertilized flower become the fruit. So for those students in P5, do remember of pollination and fertilization. Okay, without further ado, let's continue this part. Okay, firstly, the student must understand the function of roots. So what are roots for? Firstly, they anchor the plant to the soil. Anchor means hold firmly. Just like the ship anchor, right? When the ship stops at the port, you need to drop anchor and it holds the ship firmly without being swayed away by the waves. So similarly, the roots anchor the plant. Okay, sometimes in Singapore, you may have seen some trees after heavy rain fallen down. Because those trees, the roots are not deep enough to hold the tree firmly to the ground. But if you visit like the Singapore Botanic Garden, which is the UNESCO World Heritage Site, there are some majestic trees that are more than 100 years old. So those roots are very deep and firmly rooted. And second function of the roots are they absorb water and mineral salts. Okay, mineral salts are actually the nutrients in the soil. So they have sodium, potassium, calcium, all this. So these are mineral salts. So you need to know the two functions of roots. Anchor the plant firmly to the ground or to the soil, absorb water and minerals. Okay? And then you see this part, I put HOT, higher order thinking. Okay, higher order thinking are some of the things you need to know. Okay, I was saying this HOT stands for higher order thinking. And some of you may have noticed this publication here, Casco. So actually, this book is being published by Casco Publication, and they have invited me to be their editor. So editor means I'll be revising the new Casco P3 and P4 assessment book. And once it is out, I will inform you to purchase this new edition edited by Mr. Howard Yu, 2026 edition Casco. So earlier, one of my students asked me, hey, Mr. Yu, is carrot roots or carrot stem? So I told the student, carrots, turnip, sweet potato, they are storage roots. That means beside anchoring the plant, right, to the soil, besides absorbing water, these plants, right, the carrots, the turnips, sweet potato, they store the excess food. So for example, there's one student, her name is called Yvette. So Yvette, when you eat the carrot, you are actually eating the roots of the carrot. And I have another student called Adeline. Adeline, whenever you eat sweet potato, you're actually eating the storage roots. And some of you like to cook soup, right? I think one of the students is Claire. She like to drink soup. And her mother maybe put the turnips. Okay, turnip is the 白萝卜. When she eat that, she's actually eating the roots. Okay, next is this one. This is a picture of a carrot. So carrot is commonly tested. So this part is actually the storage roots. So you can anchor the carrot to the soil firmly. It can absorb water and minerals, and it also store food. So if you see before the farmer harvests the carrot, it can continue grow, become bigger and bigger. Go and check out what is the biggest carrot in the world. Maybe it's more than 10 kilograms. I'm not sure. Use the website and find out. Okay, next we learn about these plants. They are weak stem. So weak stem means they cannot grow particularly by themselves. They need to attach themselves to some structures like poles or sticks, right? They will grow up. Okay, why do plants need to grow vertically upwards? It's because this part, the leaves need to make food from the sunlight. That's why the sun is always up there, right? So the plant move towards the sunlight. And this is money plant. And then later we have learned this last week, mangrove. In Singapore, there's a Sungai Buloh Wetland Reserve. You can also visit my YouTube channel to see the crocodile in the Sungai Buloh Wetland Reserve. Gigantic crocodile, more than 300 kilograms. Okay, this is the one. You scan the QR code to visit the Singapore Wetland Reserve. So these are the important part. Okay, next come to the stem. Okay, the stems provide support for what? For the branches and leaves. So the plant can grow upwards towards the sun to receive sunlight to make food. Okay? This part, no problem, right? Yeah. Leaves. Okay, leaves is the important one. Leaves are necessary because it helps the plant to make food. Okay, you notice there are several HOT down here, higher order thinking, because some of these facts, right, are needed for primary 5. I'm teaching primary 5 also. Primary 5, they're learning the chapter on plant system, on pollination and fertilization. I'm also teaching P6 on photosynthesis. So for P6 student, this is a good evidence that actually the first time you come across photosynthesis is at primary 4. Okay, photosynthesis is a process, right, where leaves make food in the presence of carbon dioxide, water, light, and chlorophyll. Okay, what is chlorophyll? Okay, unfortunately or fortunately, this year P5 student and next year will be P5, right? They have removed this topic called cells. Because in cells, right, you learn about plant cell and some parts of the plant stores the chlorophyll. But now they have removed it. So I don't know, is it good or not good? Yeah. In the past, I think it's good because you learn about the structure of cells and chlorophyll is a green substance in the leaves. So every time you see a leaf, right, you must be thankful because the leaf actually helps to give you oxygen. You know why? Because in the process of in the process of photosynthesis, oxygen is being released. So it is good if you can walk in the forest area or in the park where there are trees there during the day. Because when the sun shines on the leaves, right, something is happening in the leaves. There are stomata below the leaves, mostly found below the leaves. They will release oxygen. So oxygen is needed for human being, right? And some of you have pet dogs and cats, right? They also take in the oxygen given out by the plant during photosynthesis. Okay, so you need to know what are the function of the leaves. Okay, function of leaves, this part. Okay, and then just now earlier, one of the student mentioned this. One of the function of the plants also, they give out water vapor. Okay, but these 3 facts are only needed for P5 and P6. Okay, these 3 facts here. These 3 facts only needed for P5 and P6. That's why I put HOT. Because some schools, they have GEP, you know, right? Gifted Education Program. So some of the students are required to know this. So I have gone through this part, and this is the final part where the stomata is being shown. Stomata are only visible under the microscope. So I cannot take out one leaf and see, hey, how come there are no holes? Because these holes are very small. They're only visible under the microscope. Okay. So the stomata, they will release water vapor. Okay. Also, they will absorb carbon dioxide during photosynthesis and release oxygen during photosynthesis. Okay, there's one process that is not mentioned here. You know, plants are also living things, right? Plants are living things, you agree? Just like us, we are human beings, right? We are considered mammals, correct? We take in oxygen. Do plants take in oxygen, do you think? Yes, they do, because they are living things. So there's this process you have not learned, but you're going to learn in primary 6. It's called respiration. Okay, respiration happens in all living things. That means as long as, whether it's a plant or animal, right? As long as it's alive, it's taking in oxygen to keep it alive. So they will produce energy. Okay, in the process of respiration, this is taught in primary 6. Okay, respiration. which I encourage you to maybe you can read up first on the process of respiration. So today for this class, primary 4, right, I did a fast review on the plant system, the parts of the plants, the function of the plants, and also in particular the function of the stomata. So I hope that you can enjoy the class. Actually, in front of me, there are 6P4 students here in my class. That's why you can hear some of them sneezing and coughing. But never mind, if you like to join this class, do contact me at my contact number in my YouTube channel. And I wish to see you soon to help you improve in your science education. Take care. God bless. Bye.